Hey there, greetings. Today the moon is in early Leo. It goes into Leo around 11 p.m.-ish Pacific time. So depending on your time zone, it might be early Friday morning or maybe regular Friday morning if you're in Europe. So the moon and Mercury both joining up together in early Leo and opposing Pluto. So activating that Pluto in Aquarius energy. We'll take a look. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro vibe for Friday, June 27th. Thanks for being here. So Moon in Leo has us shaking it off, shaking ourselves, shaking things off and expressing the feelings that have been moving with the Cancer moon. So we're moving away from now that Cancer new moon and beginning to see or feel what is just beginning to unfold. We're at the very beginning still of the current moon cycle. So themes of caring, themes of self-care, how do we get our needs met? And as I shared yesterday, especially with this year's Cancer moon cycle, we have that conjunction of the sun and moon, the new moon to Jupiter. So bringing that sense of expansion. And especially with the sun, which is the self, taking that leap of faith to believe in yourself, to expand into what you are capable of, to see yourself growing, to see yourself getting bigger, being more of who you are, and letting that unfolding take place of your truth, your creativity, your self-expression. So now Leo moon, Leo Mercury, getting that getting things out there, moving the energy from the feeling realm to the expression realm. So what does that look like? It might look like doing a little art. It might look like writing or singing or dancing, or gosh, there's so many different ways you could express yourself. Gardening, but but also, maybe being seen in some way, right? Doing something for an audience, even if it's just an audience of one other person who is witnessing you being yourself. It is that experience of being seen. And so ideally, you are finding that vulnerability, which Leo can be about really being seen in your vulnerability, your truth, right? Who you really are, being honest, not holding back or covering it up or doing the things that you think you should do so that others will like you and that external validation. So, really, that possibility for Leo is to be seen for who we are. And of course, there's another possibility with Leo energy, and that is that we will be seen for how we want to be seen, which we try to control the external perceptions of who we are. And so that's how the ego can come through, like, right? The ego's trying to manage everything and be likable and be the center of attention in ways that are acceptable, instead of being seen for who you are, right? Stepping into that more vulnerable space, more honest and real space of expressing your truth. So great time to focus on expression. Pluto, of course, that moon opposing Pluto early in the morning brings in that energy of Pluto power in Aquarius, freedom, power and freedom. What does that look like? How does your self-expression help you step into greater power and freedom? How are power and freedom being, how is there a possibility for power and freedom in the world to be taking you down the wrong road, right? So the dark side of power and freedom is looking at someone having power uh, to diminish your freedom, for example. So anyway, there's lots of different ways that might show up. It might show up in your personal life where you're looking at those deeper places of truth and shaking things up and really getting outside of old perceptions, old perspectives to step more fully into what is more honest and truthful for yourself to do this work of expanding into who you really are. So yesterday we talked about needs, and this whole moon cycle will have that theme of needs, self-care. What are your needs? What kind of nourishment do you need to expand into your truth, right? So that was kind of the theme of yesterday's video, is like, what do you need when you are being the expanded version of yourself? What are your self-care needs? What does that look like? Because that inquiry can help unlock insights that might help you see how and where to support yourself in your own expansion. So thinking about self-expression and how you can express that deeper truth, that deeper place of power and empowerment for yourself as you continue on this amazing journey of life and discovering who you are and what you are capable of, and maybe shaking things up just a little bit with some of that Aquarius freedom to see things in different ways, to step outside the box of expectations, to step outside the box of the status quo, to step outside the box of how you have done things in the past, and see what might be supporting your deeper needs so that you can expand more into authentic truth, empowerment, and freedom. So I would love to hear what this is sounding like for you, what it awakens or makes you think about, and how this shows up in your life. It is so great to hear your thoughts and comments. So thanks for being here. Thank you for sharing, and I will see you next time. I'm Marina Orms. You can learn more about me, book a reading with me at astrologyheals.com. Check out my member site as well. And thanks for being here as always and subscribing. I appreciate you. I will see you next time with more astrology for unshakable self-care. Bye for now.